Here's a question. A leaf is in bright sunlight, but the air spaces inside the leaf start filling with oxygen. What is most likely to happen next? A. The plant makes sugar faster. B. Photorespiration starts. Or C. The plant stops using light. Pick your answer. We'll come back to it soon. In this video, you'll learn what photorespiration is, why it happens, the pathway it follows through the cell, how it differs from ordinary photosynthesis, and answer the pop quiz along the way. First, here is the big idea. Photorespiration happens when the enzyme RuBP carboxylase oxygenase, or RuBisCO, reacts with oxygen instead of carbon dioxide. This becomes more likely when stomata partly close, such as on a hot, dry day, because carbon dioxide drops and oxygen builds up inside the leaf. You can think of RuBisCO as having two possible jobs. In photosynthesis, it helps begin carbon fixation by using carbon dioxide. However, if oxygen becomes more available, RuBisCO can start the photorespiration pathway instead. So where does that pathway begin? RuBisCO acts on ribulose bisphosphate, or RuBP, a 5-carbon molecule. When oxygen is used, the reaction produces one useful 3-carbon molecule and one troublesome 2-carbon molecule. That 2-carbon product is the material the plant now has to recover. Next, the plant sends that 2-carbon compound through a recycling route that moves across 3 organelles: the chloroplast, the peroxisome, and the mitochondrion, then back again. That's why photorespiration is best understood as a pathway, not just a single reaction. Let's apply this to a real example. Imagine a leaf during a hot afternoon. The stomata narrow to conserve water, carbon dioxide falls, and oxygen is more likely to meet RuBisCO. The plant then recycles the 2-carbon product through several steps. And during that process, carbon dioxide is released. That light-dependent release of carbon dioxide is what we call photorespiration. Now, to fix a common misconception, photorespiration is not the same as cellular respiration. Cellular respiration breaks down sugars to release usable energy. Photorespiration mainly deals with a side product formed when RuBisCO reacts with oxygen. So far, we have covered why oxygen can hijack RuBisCO, how that starts a recycling pathway, and why carbon dioxide is released along the way. Ready to lock it in? Tap the link for study guides and flashcards on this topic so you can keep learning without missing a beat. Back to the pop quiz. The correct answer is B. Photorespiration starts when oxygen concentration rises around RuBisCO. The enzyme becomes more likely to enter the oxygen pathway instead of the carbon fixing pathway. Now, let's apply that idea to different kinds of plants. In many C3 plants, photorespiration is a bigger challenge because RuBisCO often experiences lower carbon dioxide levels around the enzyme. In C4 plants, carbon dioxide is concentrated near RuBisCO, so photorespiration is greatly reduced. For example, compare wheat and corn on a hot day. Wheat, a C3 plant, is more likely to lose efficiency to photorespiration. On the other hand, corn, a C4 plant, has a built-in mechanism that raises carbon dioxide near RuBisCO, so it avoids much more of that loss. Here's an important clarification. Photorespiration is not always simply useless. It does reduce photosynthetic efficiency, but it also helps process the oxygenation product safely and connects with other parts of plant metabolism through useful intermediate molecules. So, how can you tell these two pathways apart? Start by asking which gas is reacting with RuBisCO. If it is carbon dioxide, the plant is on the photosynthesis pathway. If it is oxygen, photorespiration begins. Then, look at the outcome. Photosynthesis fixes carbon into sugars, while photorespiration recycles a side product and releases carbon dioxide. To recap, photorespiration begins when oxygen competes with carbon dioxide at RuBisCO. The plant then runs a recycling pathway across multiple organelles and releases carbon dioxide. It uses energy and lowers efficiency, but it can also help protect the photosynthetic system under stress. Ready to quiz yourself with the content covered in this video? Check out the link in the description where you'll find Quizlet content made just for you.